Yeah, hi, my name is Sara Wilmshurst. I'm in my first year of the PhD program based at the University of Guelph in the Tri-U history program. And I started my PhD program in September 2024 after almost 7 years in historical research consulting. I started volunteering with Active History a few years ago now. I'd published an article there, I think in 2015, as part of their series on vaccines. So I did an article about my time volunteering at the quarantine tent at a open house for the staff of Sanofi Pasteur, where the granddaughter of the person that I co-wrote a book about was running this event to kind of highlight the importance of vaccination and the potential problems of vaccine preventable diseases reemerging. So I played the part of somebody who was living with the after effects of polio. Since we were at Sanofi Pasteur Labs, where they make a lot of vaccines, people were very receptive to our message. And I saw a lot of shoulders because people would come and show me their smallpox vaccination scars. While I was working in historical research consulting, I was looking for some professional development opportunities to sort of like branch out, get in touch with other people in the historical research field. And I remembered, how much I loved writing for Active History and how much I loved reading Active History. So I reached out to them to see if they needed any volunteers. So I started out as a social media volunteer, and I've remained the social media person until very recently. I published another piece about finding the site of the the former Toronto smallpox hospital in Riverside Park, which isn't there anymore, but luckily archival photos and things, I was able to find pictures of it in the background of a cricket game and figure out where that was. I've been volunteering there for several years now and have kind of worked with a bunch of different authors to shepherd their works to publication. I've also initiated and edited several series. So like we had a series on AI early on where each of the editors fed their kind of research interest into ChatGPT and saw what popped out. Unfortunately, mine was, I've never heard of that organization that you wrote a book about. So that was a little bit hurtful. But then I took that to mean that my publisher hadn't sold the book to a large language model. So that was kind of nice. So worked with lots of different authors, and it's been a great experience to, meet lots of different people. And it's also really nice for networking, which I hate doing, to be able to go in not with just like, hey, here's my business card, to be able to say like, hey, maybe we could do something together. Maybe we could collaborate on something that was beneficial to both Active History and to you. Like last summer in August 2024, at Huron, where one of the other editors of Active History is located, we hosted a workshop for representatives from different online history projects. So I think we had representatives from Niche, which is the Networking Canadian History of the Environment, representative from Acadiensis blog, which is focused on Atlantic history and is affiliated with the Acadiensis Journal. Then we also had folks from Histoire Engagée, which is a French language history blog. And then there are also people, academics and people from heritage organizations and museums and stuff who showed up. People from across the history and heritage world come together to meet about, how can we, increase the sustainability and the capacity of these online history projects so we can, maintain these like reliable open access history sources for not just for students, but for members. Historians have always known about usable pasts and the uses of history for political ends, but I think that it's becoming more and more apparent to the general public that that is also an issue. So we're very conscious that online projects like ours are important in kind of maintaining this like place in the information ecosystem that is not necessarily peer reviewed, but is quality controlled. One of the things that we really want to work on is making sure that that universities consider these sort of public history and outreach projects as part of your service to the discipline or as part of your practice as a historian when it comes to hiring and tenure and promotion, because currently there are a lot of people pouring a lot of work into these things and are just kind of not getting the institutional support that I think they've earned from doing this, this labor in service of the profession. I'm getting important for academia to recognize about projects like Active History and other online history projects is just the amount of reach they can have. It's important. So, for example, Active History's most popular post ever, which came out in August 2017, is by Crystal Fraser and Sara Wilmshurst. It's called 150 Acts of Reconciliation for the last 150 days of Canada's 150. And so that has been viewed over 164,000 times since it was published. And it gets consistent traffic year over year. I think, it's often being assigned in like undergrad classes, or maybe even high school classes. The thing that I think I'm benefiting from most directly as a scholar is the experience of editing other people, I think makes you a stronger writer. Because it forces you to be very intentional about word choice. And then I think also another thing is I'll look at something I wrote and be like, if somebody submitted this to me, what would I be asking them to change? Getting that really deep experience, critically engaging with writing, making myself a better writer in the process.